So, the Democrats have driven me away. As you can see, I'm banned from every fucking medium on the planet. I've been banned everywhere. And I'm not like a guy that was posting anything obscene or anything. I never even said anything bad. It's just that they don't want somebody who's an immigrant, who identifies as an immigrant, who's poor. In other words, I'm the wrong demographic to be supporting Trump. They don't like that. It goes against the narrative. So that's why they ban me on every platform. So it happened to me first. It's going to happen to you people too. It's happening right now. They're calling you Nazis just for supporting Trump. Just because you donate to Trump, you're a white nationalist. I don't believe in white nationalism. I believe in legal immigration. I'm okay with having a discussion about eliminating immigration or reducing immigration because I remember I lived a long. I'm from the '70s. I came to the United States in the '70s, so I kind of know the entire history of this fucking thing firsthand. Back in the 1990s, we were actually having discussions about America having too many people in America. We shouldn't be a country of 300 million people. We should be a country of maybe 200 million
Well,
people because
we're okay. We're not overpopulated. It's not like India or China. But
no,
what's
no,
funny
no.
is when we hear at the same time, "Oh my God, overpopulation, overpopulation! Don't have kids, especially white people. Oh, we don't have enough people to keep the GDP increasing all the time. We need to import a bunch of foreigners." They're saying that at the same time.
Yeah. And I'm not the one who's saying. I'm just saying. I remember the
No,
argument. The
I think the
leftists.
amount of people we have is fine, but we need to do
It
something
is.
about. Yeah, the legal immigration is a discussion. I think we need to stop the illegal immigration first and to clear
Yes.
that up, and then we can talk about how many. And if you love immigration and you're left leaning, then say instead of taking in like a whatever it is, a million Mexican immigrants a year legally, say you want 5 million. That's fine. Advocate for it legally. Don't this bullshit where they don't want us to have borders, and then they're willing. Okay, they're willing to trample on the Constitution for citizens' rights over something like gun control to allegedly keep us safe, but they're not willing to enforce the border. It's ridiculous.
Well, what I was talking about was I remember the Democrats. This is them. So they changed their ideology to suit whatever. Back in the 1990s, when it was all about a green agenda, it's the green agenda is back, but in the 1990s, it was really being pushed. They used to say that there's too many people living in the Southwest. Southern California, the border with Mexico, those cities. There's not enough water there. These cities are growing too fast. And they were anti-immigration in the sense that all these people from the South, uh, from Mexico and Latin America, they're moving into that part of America, increasing the population. But the resources there, water and whatnot, is not enough to sustain that population. That's what they used to say. Now they're saying you can all come in here. They went from saying that there's too many people in America to advocating for open borders. Where that, are they serious? Are they just pandering? I don't know what it is because they changed their position so many times. The other thing is they used to be against. They were the ones that were upset. Am I the only one who remembers that Disney employee who, when Obama was president, he wrote about saying I think Obama was president. Maybe it was under Bush, where he had a tech job and he was working for Disney, and then Disney said, "We're going to fire you, but before we fire you, we want you to train your replacements from India that we're bringing in under H-1B visas." And that created a whole fucking outrage
Oh yeah,
among the liberals.
they okay. So there was just this raid in Mississippi, and
Almost 1,000, yeah,
yeah, they arrested
680
all these
people.
people working in a meat packing plant, and they were illegal. And we have Geraldo Rivera and other blue checks immediately saying like, where's the crime? You're separating families, and it's like, dude, you're advocating for slave labor. Stop it. It hurts
I saw.
Americans, and they're the people that he's defending are also being exploited as slave labor.
Yeah, I saw a tweet from a Democrat on Twitter. She stated, "Listen, they're only doing jobs Americans don't want to do." And I wish I was still on Twitter because my reply to her would be, they couldn't find Americans to pick cotton either. They
Yeah,
had to
exactly.
import.
If you don't have any slaves for your slave labor, then you need to pay more. That's the entire reason. That's why the illegal immigration drives wages down. At
and
least for
Democrats,
lower to working class people. It helps the rich
exactly.
people.
Yeah, it does. Democrats were the ones that used to say, we're not paying workers enough, and then here they are, like, and then the arguments that they say to having these people in these illegal aliens in America is because it'll increase the price of chicken or the product. It'll increase the price. And my point is, well, isn't that the point of you Democrats? Isn't that what you've been arguing all these years until Trump became president? We would have to pay a little more, but it's okay because we'll be employing Americans at a livable wage. These people. I'm okay with. I could live without $1 chicken McNugget. Six. How much is a six
I don't
chicken
know.
McNugget? $1.99. I could pay $1.99. If that means hiring Americans at a chicken facility,
We see
if
like
that means I have to
Chick-fil-A and
pay.
In-N-Out, which both of them, the owners are Christian, I think, and they're the most
Yeah.
popular fast food places, even though they're not as big as McDonald's. And they pay a lot, even for what it is, even though they don't have to. I don't remember the numbers. I think they might pay between like 12 and 15 an hour or something to start. Anyway, they pay more than McDonald's or whatever the other ones, and they do it. They do it because they want to. It's voluntary, and they have better. I think they have fresher ingredients and they do things better, and that's why people like them. But it's not being
Yes.
mandated by the government that they have to pay people more.
Oh, Chris says Chris Kroll said Swarthy is more American than any of these fucking bozos, and that's because I took a.
And he loves you like a
Hey,
brother, no homo. He said.
it's got to be it's dangerous to say it to a Greek man that you love him. But anyway, that's a Greek joke. But when I came to the United States, the whole point. Listen, I lived in Queens all my life. Every Democrat administration here, there's been no Republicans except a couple of times with Giuliani on the major level, but on the local level, it's always been Democrats. Their entire philosophy to me was saying you have to assimilate, you have to learn English, you have to can't get arrested because you'll get deported. If you're arrested, you won't pass your citizen test. If you drop out of school, you won't become an American citizen. You have to show that you have at least a high school diploma. All that shit. They used to tell me. And then I went and I took my test and I became an American citizen. I had to stay, keep my nose clean. I couldn't even do any sort of shoplifting or whatever. Not that I wanted to, but if I ever got any sort of illegal activities, it would have been on my record, and it would have been cost to deport my family or at least myself. So, I lived all that, and then all of a sudden, just because Trump got elected president, or because Mexicans have advocacy groups here, all these rules got to go fly out the window, and the only thing that makes you an American is you cross the fucking border, and now you're an American. You didn't have to speak English. What kind of bullshit is that? I kind of have to laugh. I see Biden. He's in. He did that. He did that flub where he said, black and Latinos are just as smart as wealthy people. He wanted to say
No,
white, but he said what?
What did he say? He said, what did he say? Poor kids are just as smart as white kids, or something. So he's using poor as a synonym for black, but that just reveals that that's what they're thinking. It's simplified.
You know what?
And he's out of it. I honestly don't even think it's that big of a deal. It's just, he's gonna keep on misspeaking. Get used to it.
He was behind something called the Asian Latino Coalition, and I gotta wonder: is it because the Asians are taking,
Well, he likes
studying
this
in
little
the
Asian
Latino?
girl's hair. It smells good.
The Asians are doing all the studying, and the Latinos are copying off their test
I
papers or
don't know.
something. I don't know what. That's a joke. That's a joke, people.